Yo, Big John here, back in the saddle for some Magic the Gathering Arena. We're going to be playing some Standard today. We're going to be looking at Izzet, Otter's Prowess today. I decided to spend my wildcard resources on this deck, partially because it seems really fun. I love theme decks with the Otter's Prowess abilities is fun. And also I drew a few of the cards out of packs, like the Raw, the Crackling Wit. If I'm being honest, if I was building this deck from the ground up, with just whatever resource I want. Raw probably wouldn't make the cut, but since I pulled him out of the pack, he's a legendary. He fits what we're going on. We're going to go ahead and have some fun and play with him. We also were able to pull a Storm Chaser's talent out of a pack as well, so kind of got some of the building blocks for the deck. So let's take a look at what we're doing here today. So the idea is to get Otters out with Prowess as quickly as we can. We have our Elusive Otter and our Storm Chaser's talent for first turn Otters. Our second turn Otter, we have a Kitza Otterball Elite, and then we have the 4 Storm Catch Mentors, which combo amazing with our Pearl of Wisdom, which is 1 less when you have an Otter in play, but this makes sorcery and instant spells 1 less, so you get to draw 2 cards for 1 blue if you have the Storm Catch Mentor out. And then we have our Frolicking Familiar, which offers us a little bit of damage and triggers for our Prowess, as well as a creature later on in the air that also gains from casting the spells as well. Our only non-Otter in the deck is our Battle Mage Captain. We don't have enough rare wild cards to grab the 2 casting cost blue Otter that lets us look 4 deeper in our deck, or to play the 1 and 2 blue Otter that whenever you cast a non-creature spell, all Otters and birds and everything get +1/+1. So because of our limited resources, we're going to go ahead and play the Battle Mage Captain, which in my couple of test games has worked just as well. It gives you that extra, each spell counts for 2 damage instead of 1, and then you get that trample to get through just in case you don't have one of your cantrips, like the Crash Shrew for trampling, draw a card, opt another cantrip, and then of course we have our to the face removal, so it can be used for creatures or right at the opposing player, with 4 burst lightnings, 4 lightning strikes, and then of course our little 1 point of damage to go along with our blow off steam here. So we're going to go ahead and see what we can do here. We're going to try to get some Otters out quickly, try to cast a bunch of spells on the following turns and hit people for a lot of damage. Our green sources, we have a couple of green sources here just because every once in a while, later in the game, you actually want to distribute the counters instead of actually casting the Elusive Otter. And so we have our Edgewall Inns and our Frontier Bivouacs to give us our green sources if we want. The Edgewall Inn also plays along with our couple of adventure cards that we have, where we can sacrifice and return it so we can get back our Frolicking Familiar or an Elusive Otter out of the graveyard later in the game if we want to. So that's the gist of the deck. Get Otters out, play some spells to make them big, and punch our opponent for a lot of damage in the face. So let's see how our deck fares today. We are going into Standard, Ranked, Platinum, Tier 3 or 2. Take a look at that, but see if we can push through a tier maybe, or see how the deck does, see if it can hold up against these other Standard decks at this level. All right, Viashino. Ooh. All right, I go first. I don't love this opening hand. I don't have much for threats, but we're going to run it. Deck's new. We're going to see if we can pick up some threats along the way. Our canals, I may opt on the first turn just to smooth it out here. Let's see what happens. We'd prefer to have one of our 1 blue casting cost Otters to start the game. Maybe we can draw some more threats. There's only 3 creatures technically in the deck, but the 4 Storm Chaser's talents also basically house creatures. So we're looking at 17, which is right where we want to be. The 18 to 20 at the most, 20 at the most, that's it. Right, so blue Spyglass. So and then we pass to attackers. We're not going to really attack next turn with the talent anyways. Let's go ahead and clear their creatures so we can attack if we want to. I was going to opt, but we're going to go ahead and just clear that creature so it can't use its ability right away. Get in for 1 point of damage. Hopefully we can draw another Otter here soon for the setup. multiple threats is great because usually 1, 2, if not 3 get removed. But we'll see. Black, blue. Alright, that's a good draw right there. So we can get our Spire Bluff out. They could have a counterspell up, but I can't afford to wait. I'm not playing around anything right now. We're going for attacks. If they counter the mage, I get in for more with the mentor, I guess. Drowner, okay. So go ahead and tap down. Makes sense. Resolve. Next to combat, and then we'll end turn. Not going to use our Otter Lightning Strikes when we're not pumping the prowess on our creatures. It was a nice little tempo play by our opponent with the Drowner. Really nice card. Look at target opponent's hand. Exile. Right? We're going to go ahead and Lightning Strike. Get rid of their creature. And they get to grab our Op from us. Fortunately. So yeah, not the best opening hand. Our opponent's playing a pretty good deck. We're petering out a little bit right now. Learning lesson, possibly. You know, in the future, take a mulligan on that to try to get more threats in your opening hand. More actual creatures. Since we're still spell heavy. Alright, that's an Otter. Go ahead and play the Otter. They already know I have this in our hand. We'll enter a tap because we do need a 4th land for our Rawl, if we draw Rawl. So we'll go ahead and put that 4th land out just in case Rawl is the draw. But right now, we really, the draw would be Pearl of Wisdom. We could really use a Pearl of Wisdom. Draw 2 cards for 1 and then see what else we can do with the rest of the mana. But yeah, no card drawing in our opening hand is also gonna hurt. Let's see what our opponent does here. Please draw a spell. Come on. Card drawing spell. Huh. Makes it cost 1 less. Do we try to put on 4 counters on a creature to see what our opponent does? I think we're going to try to disprove some counters. And since it costs 1 less because the Otter, we're going to do it for 4, correct? Target any number of creatures. We'll target all 3 of them. And we will put a additional. Can we do that? No, we can't do that. Let's go ahead and submit it there. Pay. Prowess triggers. Flash. Count up to 1 target activated or triggered ability. Okay. Cool. We're coming with the attacks. They want to block one, they can block one. We'll trade. Alright, they're down to 11. Sweeper, removal. Not sure what we're doing here. And then we have the Otter hand to cast next turn as well. Oh, they're digging for answers. That's good for us to see them cycling right there. That is great news for us. They're trying to find an answer. I hope they don't get it, but they're definitely digging for an answer. Let's see if they're going to attack with the bat again or leave for a blocker. We shall see. Okay. Let's see what they want to do here. Okay. They revealed a Spyglass Siren. Three, 5. If I had 1 more mana, I could get there. But instead, We're definitely going to attacks. We just have to decide if we're doing 2 to the face as well. Activation will get us up to 7, 9. They'd only have 4 left. Or do we save it for face for next turn? We're gonna save it for a turn. We're gonna try to finish next turn. We're gonna go ahead and lay our Otter out. Then we'll end turn. We weren't gonna get to kill that turn anyways. Yes, it gives them another turn to lay things and possibly do nastiness, but we'll have trample as long as they can't kill our battle mage captain. It really looks like they are digging for answers and don't have much right now. Yeah, we're definitely no blocking this. Flash. When it deals combat, you play a draw card. A creature you control. Okay. So he puts it out so they get to draw 2 cards. But if I can clear out their... If I can get 2 spells... Yeah, I'm going to let them draw the cards because we're trying to finish to the face. If I draw an untapped land, I have the Burst Lightning to the face and the captain to finish. Don't think he gets another turn. But that's only if I can draw a spell or land. Creature might not get it done here. It's gonna be close. Ooh, double burst lightning. So double burst lightning will do what? They can't block it all, right? Let's see what they do. I think I have this. Unless they have something to do with that 1 mana. Okay, so that's 4. Yeah, we should have plenty. Yep, exact. Nice. And there it be. Alright, just enough to get through with the Otters there. Very unsmooth game, but had just enough. Let's go and try another one. See if we can get a better start here. Here, let's see. Find match. Ranked. Alright, we are platinum here. Just wanted to double check. Away with the win on that one, because I really thought our opponent was going to peter us out there. But they were just too much on their back foot and quite couldn't catch up. Yeah, we're going to keep this. We have card filtering, drawing. First turn Otter, second turn we can lay the falls for the surveil and still have an opt-out. Try it out. Alright. Can go just to, we can do untapped if we want to on the second turn, depending on if we want to kill something. Yeah, just all depends. All right, 2 blue up. That could be just counter spell. Yeah, let's just try to draw 2 cards, see if they counter it or not. 2 blue counter spell. Or just a spell pierce? Okay, are they consulting the stuff charts? Alright, I'll attack. Alright, next turn we can lay our mentor or our battle mage, depending on what we're feeling there. Okay, 3-2. So how do we want to go about this? We can't do a red-blue and another spell on the same turn. We could just lightning strike to get him out of the way and then opt. Let's see, how do we want to do this? I think we're going to just slow down and try to get some threats out here. I should have laid the Thundering Falls now that I'm looking at it, because I'm not going to play 2 cards. But then I have the Opt open at the very least. So let's go ahead and we're going to wait on the Haster. Let's put the Mage. And then we'll go no attacks and we'll end turn. So we're looking at blue-green. Creature gets a +1/+1 counter. Alright, scry 1 for our opponent. Yeah, I should have laid the tap land last turn. That was my bad. I was thinking I was going to go for it, and then I decided not to, which is obviously a mistake. Okay, so he comes in, and he's going to pop back out, but he's going to get to grab the things. So they're going to put, what, 5 left? Okay. I see. Okay, let's go here. They might have gotten a little too quick of a start on us here, but we'll see. We're gonna mentor for sure. We're gonna drop some cards to see if we draw an untapped land. We did not draw an untapped land, unfortunately. We're gonna go ahead. Oh, we could have really used the untapped land. He can't. Well, he can block him because his power, and he's gonna go away. So we're just gonna go ahead and do our surveil. Yeah, we'll keep that for spells. We're just going to go in the air right now because of this guy right here, unfortunately. And now we got to deal with the 6/5. I'm not really trying to deal with the 6/5. I'm going to let the 6/5 do what it does, and I'm trying to get around. So 3 creatures out. That might be a turn to start just bombing stuff. Of course, the tap lands have hurt us a little bit. Are they going to come back with the... Yeah. Oof. That's a lot of value. That's a lot of big stuff. Yeah, no blocks. Can we kill the Vestige? Let's see here. So let's see if we can kill the Vestige and get a lot of damage through this turn. That's the plan. Don't know if I'll be able to kill him, but we're going to try to get a lot of damage through. Yeah, draw that. Let's go ahead and... Yeah, we need to kill... We're going for all the damage we can. So we got a Lightning Strike, a Burst Lightning, and a Crash Through. Yeah, let's go for it. Because he can block. When this creature leaves the battlefield, you may draw a card and then put a permanent card. Oh yeah, do we want to wait until after attacks? Probably. So, everything else that I'm using is... No, that's not instant speed. We want to lay that. Okay. So now we're going next to combat. And we're going... all attacks, 3 attackers. Let's see what our opponent wants to do. Okay, 5 will kill him. So we're going for the finish here. I think we should have 10, right? If I lightning strike twice. Oh, I didn't have one more red. That was my bad. I thought I had one more red. Totally my bad. Oh, it was enough anyway. Silly me. Oh yeah, because the... Sorry, my math with the prowess. Sometimes I forget about the battle mage's double. We got there. We still got there. I thought I needed one more spell, but we got there. My bad. Bad math on my part. Forgot about the battle mage's extra one right there. Ooh, look at all that stuff. All right, let's go ahead and play another one. See if we can keep rolling with this Otter Prowess. Seems to be doing pretty well so far, even though I'm not playing it optimally, I would say. I'm obviously not totally crapping the bed on it, but we're not doing great. All right, we got a couple threats. Would prefer a first turn one. Maybe we can drop, but we'll go Canal into the Otter Ball Elite, into the Mentor, and then we can play a Lightning Strike for one. That's kind of our plan right now. Hopefully they have a slower deck / slower start, and hopefully I can draw a single casting cost blue creature on this first turn. Nope. Right. Next to combat and turn, but we have our Burst Lightning up just in case they play anything with 2 defense or less. Oh, we're going to my turn. Definitely wanted to draw a land, but that's okay. An untapped land. Next turn, if we have to, we'll just... Oh, I'm sure they're blue-white. They got removal. They're going to be dealing with a lot of this stuff. One thing I liked about the landfall deck was the Snakeskin Veil and the Hexproof. Blue doesn't have one that's a counter. They have a +1/+1 till end of turn and a Hexproof, which I considered. And I may do that. We'll see. Oh yeah, then they got the little combo for the artifacts. Swipes those away on me. Cool. We still can't play for any of our red spells. We didn't draw a red, so we're just gonna lay the Bivouac and our Mentor. And he'll tap for 1. And this dude's gonna start making a lot of big artifacts. Creatures. Alright, will I be able to get around this? Probably not. Slow start. Didn't draw what I needed, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, Pinnacle Start Cage. We knew it was coming, so I could pull these 2 Pinnacle combo. Then he gets a creature out of it as well. Oh, we'll play. So I either can't kill him and lay this turn, but what I can do is blow off Steam to do 1 damage, and then play him. It's a 2/2. Again, next turn we can start lightning striking, doing some things to face. Oh, another snare. Yep. They got all this defense, and it's all things that produces critters, and they get bigger and bigger each time, which is killing it. You're doing a great job, buddy. I like the deck. But I can't keep my creatures on the boats. Oh, that's too many. That's too many. Again, we're running into the problem. We're not getting enough threats to stick around on the board versus our spells. So that's something I'm probably going to look at moving forward. I have 2 turns left. No, not even 2 turns. I'm dead. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and let them kill us when they lay something out, but this is an issue if you just draw nothing but your removal. Cool. Whatever that is, you got your 14 for the kill. I'll let you do it. I'll let you do it. But this is sweet. This is a nice little play here. You got it. Yeah. Good play, good start. I didn't have... I went second and had a slow start. That's going to happen sometimes. Ooh, I was really hoping to get up to platinum tier 2. But that's okay. Let's go ahead and give this another go. I think I'm going to have to start being a little more selective on my keeps for my opening hands, and I just got to realize that, you know, I'm a little lower on threats, and I need to have those threats in my hand. Maybe I think I'm probably going to try to add a couple more threats to the deck here, because it does seem like an issue if our opponent has any kind of decent removal, 2 to 3. I'm definitely going to run out of sources. So my opponent goes first again, which is unfortunate. Going first with this deck would be great, but this is the opening hand we want right here with 2 of our 1 casters. So we can go Otter into Talent, which pumps the Otter for a turn. Yep. The Spire Bluff with a couple untapped lands, 2 of each color, all good things. Okay. The Chocobo. Yeah, he's going to get big quick. Can't do anything on this first turn. If I did have the Burst Lightning, I might use it on the first turn just to make sure we got rid of it. Yeah, because I was worried about that. You'll double trigger, so now you're out of burst range and slick sequence range. Which I probably would have pulled the trigger on that. Alright, no blocks. Now they have the Land up for the Snakeskin Veil to protect here as well. What we're going to do here is we're just going to play our blue, though. Play our Storm Chaser Talent. And then we're going to go ahead and attack for 2 back on it. None of our 1 casters right now, but that's okay. Sometimes it happens like that. All right, Tifa. And then we're going to lay the land afterwards. Okay, so it is the red-green version, so they can do X damage to things. No blocks, we'll take out 3. That's cool. So now we can opt into a Slick Sequence to kill the Tifa, hopefully. Opt, yeah, we'll take another Otter. And then we'll Slick Sequence to do 2 damage. Do the 2 damage, I get to drop another card. Okay, 2 more of those guys. And then we'll attack for 6. Alright, let's see what they land the next turn. So their creatures, generally, besides the size, they cost more, even though they're do a little bit more kind of type thing, make things bigger. If I can get them on their back foot, that'd be great. Alright, Bill, what you doing? That was cool. Alright, the thing is, if I can get his power higher than 5, which is not probably likely, take our 5. Okay, what do we got? We have definitely more blue than red, so we're going to lay the island out. Let's start by drawing 2 cards. Cool. Now do we just do the Slick Sequence to finish it off? We kind of want to kill Bill. I can lay a talent and then a crash through and just come through. We're going to try that. And then we'll save the Slick Sequence for another turn, I believe. Yeah, because we got to get up to the 4 power. Okay. Let's go ahead and cast the Storm Chaser's Talent here. Get another one out there. Another critter out there. Can block some of that big stuff. Let's go ahead and give my creatures tramples. Oh, didn't go to all attack. I guess they do have a veil up. My bad. They could veil. Alright. Can they get in for 10 this turn? Well, if they kill my Otter, they sure can. So they probably do have a stun blow or whatever. Something to finish me up here. Hey, if I went first, I'd probably win this game. For being honest. He's going to kill my Otter. Then I'm going to die. Oh, yeah, it's just enough to double the counters. Yeah, so we block here. Now take the 8. Right, because he was going to double the counters on me, right? I think that was what he was trying to trick me into. Alright, I think I got him if they can't kill 2 of my creatures, because I can opt, I can Slick Sequence. Oh, they had the X damage at that. Nice, nice play. Hey, if they didn't have it, I won that game, and if I went first, I won that game. Not too bad. Holding up against a... Not too bad. So we're 2-2 so far. 2 wins, 2 losses. That was a tight one. Alright, let's see here if I can get a decent hand and get to go first one of these times. Would be cool. Opponent goes first again. Alright, we got Otters and a little bit of spellage. We're going to keep it. Alright, we're going Elusive Otter, Burst Lightning if we need to. Start changing town. Let's just go ahead and put the Spire Bluff out there. Alright, blue again. Blue-red, blue-black. Which deck? Which one of these decks are we up against? When this enters, deals damage to any target. Cool. Another artifact that does nasty thing. So we'll just go ahead and get 2 more threats out there. Not waiting, we're just going to get them out there. Alright, let's see what they do now. Fortunately, just don't have the spells or the drawing of cards. So what I'm seeing so far is a little light on threats and a little light on card drawing to get the things when I need to filter. So we're gonna go ahead and we'll lay, since we're gonna play it for green. We're gonna go to combat. We're gonna attack 2 attackers. We'll do 2 to the face to add some damage in there. Alright, down to 14, but unfortunately 6 lands is not what I want. Drawing this many lands is not what I want. I can get a spell back this next turn. Drawing cards, creating treasure tokens. This creature, when you sacrifice an artifact, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Okay, so we're gonna put a red out. We need cards, so we're gonna draw 3, discard 2 for sure.
Let's make like light. I thirst for information.
All right, we can go ahead and pitch the Spire Bluff, and yeah, more blue cards, so I guess a mountain. Pitch a couple of lands. Sacrifice an artifact, put +1/+1 counter. They can't sacrifice artifacts right now. We're just going off tax then. We gotta keep the damage rolling. Yes, he kills my Raw next turn. My Raw did what I wanted it to do. Woo! That's actually not terrible because I can get my adventure cards back now with my lane. Yep. I gave up the ghost on the Raw. My bad.
I hate dead ends.
Drawing a card, creating a token. Sacrifice tokens, he gets bigger. Understood. Oh, that's not bad. That's actually really good. That's a great draw. That's an amazing draw, actually. Now, this only costs 1 blue. And then 1 more blue, draw a couple more cards. And then we'll attack. Get 6 in there. And hopefully we can get through the next turn, because even if they kill something, or sacrifice and repurpose, hopefully I can lay another haster and get around for the 4 damage. We'll see. Okay. Okay. Do you have a way to stop a haster? We're gonna find out. Boom! I thought he had me there. I didn't think I was going to get through. That haste. It's that haste. Haste. Alright, we got there. Finally ran into our card drawing and pulled through there. Alright, let's try another one out. See what else kind of decks we run across. See what kind of other issues. So once we started hitting our card drawing, it started flowing. So Maybe. So it's 4 Ops and 4 Pearl of Wisdoms. Actually, the Slick Sequence technically is a card rising. Okay, I go first. I have an Otter. Got some spells. Hopefully we'll draw more Otters. Got Spire Bluff into the Elusive Otter. Edgewall in, unfortunately, not the best second land. We're hoping to draw one. Yeah, now I gotta decide if I want to be red or blue. We're going blue. Have more blue spells. Next to combat, attacks. We're gonna opt now to get another point of damage in. We're gonna keep the burst lightnings for creatures. I don't want the tap land. There we go. Even better. So now we have the mountain for next turn. At the beginning of your upkeep, you'll... Alright, we're gonna go ahead. Pearl of Wisdom to draw 2. Alright. Part of me wants to get the other Otter out, but we're just gonna go ahead and Burst Lightning that little bugger right there. They don't need to be drawing those cards. Yeah, the life loss kind of works with me, but they certainly don't need to be drawing those cards. Alright, let's see if they got the removal this turn or not. So next turn is another Otter. Possibly Op, Burst Lightning, trying to find more card drawing. What do we got here? Flying Death Touch Lifelink. Okay. Flying Death Touch Lifelink. Flying Death Touch Lifelink. He can't block me if I get above 3, though. Can I get above 3 this turn? I think so. So we lay the talent to get another one out. Yeah, we'll just get above this time. Go ahead and opt. Oh yeah, we definitely keep the Lightning Strike. That's actually the card I was looking for. And we're in for 4. Alright. Cool, nice play. Nice play. Alright, we can't do counters right now. We need another threat, probably. We can get more creatures in a minute here, but let's go ahead and lay another threat up, just to have it out there. Something for them to think about. Alright, we're going to go ahead and scry one to try to set up our next draw. Row. Sure. Because we're going to go ahead and brainstorm. Let's see if we can kill this bugger here. See what my opponent does, see if they can save him, make him bigger, do whatever they do. Trying to burst lightning here. Gets +1/+1 hexproof. That's one of the cards I was considering for this deck, funny enough. Yeah, you got hexproof. I can do 2 damage. Yeah, we'll go no attacks, unfortunately. Nice play. Nice. I wasn't expecting the 1 blue hexproof. Nice. You surprised me. You got me. Can't be blocked this turn. Okay. So next turn, flying. Oh, go fly. Definitely playing around. Got the counter, you got the counter. That's a bummer. I mean, this deck can't afford to just sit back and let our opponents build up powerful creatures and stuff. So, I mean, I have to... He's down on cards. I gotta go. This I can return Pearl of Wisdom. Okay. It's now a 4/5. Cool. That's blue as well, right? Okay, so we'll lay that red out so we're equal. I think returning an instant or sorcery card to my hand would be great. I think it should be Pearl of Wisdom so I can draw cards. Should I have waited for next turn? Probably. No attacks. Then I could have done it all in one turn instead. That was silly on my part. I should have saved it up. I was just trying to use my mana to get the cards in my hand right away. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. Great. Okay. Flying, Death Touch, Lifelink. Okay. It's the Lifelink. I think that's kind of nasty. Okay. Returning things to their hand. They have one blue for the hexproof again, I guess. No. Dark Confidant. Right. Makes sense, I guess. Taps. If I can draw the right things, I can definitely get in for 11. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5 total here. Yeah, if I can find a removal spell, I think I'll be could be alright. Okay, opt. Yeah. Got him. All tramplers. He can't block anyone. Well, if he can block one, but they're all tramplers. Sweet! Coming through with another win. Alright. Alright, come on. Let's see if we can get one more. Let's try to get up to tier 2. So as long as you can get decent summoning hands, and if I can get myself the mulligan when they're not, I think this will be doing okay. Let's see what we can do this time. Alright, what do we got? I go first. Comes in tapped. I'm going to keep it, but it's going to be a little... I'm hoping to draw a red land on this for the second turn. Yeah, I'm going to lay the first turn threat. I'm not sure if I should have done that for the second turn Stormcatcher instead and get the Scry out there to look at my next card. Oh, this is tough. Okay, we'll Scry one. We need lands, baby. Need those lands. Okay, Flying Vigilance. Okay, so we can go ahead and we're going to kill them right away. I know I want to get my Mentor out, but we can kill them and opt in the same turn to get to the lands that we need. Let's go ahead and opt. Yes, I like to have more threats out. I would like a red land. There we go. That's a thing. Yep, we're just going to keep going right now because I want to draw the card to set up for next turn. There we go. Alright, so next turn, we can go Stormcatcher Mage into Pearl of Wisdom. If we manage a land, we can do something else. But so we're going to Stormcatcher into a Lightning Strike instead to kill that creature. Tribal Prowess triggers. Hit for 4. Nice. Next turn, we can play all 3 of the cards in our hand as of this moment. Maybe reach in 5 more life this turn. Okay, cool. I'm gonna kill you. So I'm gonna try to kill you anyways. We're doing it this way though. We're gonna try to pump up our creatures a little more. Try to get them lightning strike in there. Did it. Sweet. Let's get in for another 6. Alright, if they can't clear my board this turn, we're sitting pretty well. Sitting pretty good. Okay, keep putting angels out, hoping to stabilize. Okay, that's just to go get a plains and a counter on him. Sweet. Oh, card with mana value 1 or less as well. Yeah. I was gonna say you can put that on too, right? Alright, so what you got here? What do you do? When this creature enters, each opponent exiles a card from the hand and may play that card as long as it remains exiled. Each player. Okay. We don't need the creature right now. It's fine. Sweet. We are in business. Let's go ahead and draw 2 cards. Go ahead and play our trample action. Alright, I think they are dead. We'll see. I trample. So they can't block 3 of it, and I trample over for 4. He can't block the other guy actually either, because his power's too big. I had it 1 anyways without the trample. I forget about his ability sometimes. Can't be blocked. Didn't matter anyways. I had trample, buddy. Had more coming through than you could block anyways, buddy. Yeah, 1, sure. And there we go. Taking down the angel deck. Removal, keeping their creatures off the board, just plowing through. Alright, we use the Otter deck to push through Platinum Tier 2 constructed. There we go. So now we have 2 decks in our standard rotation to go along with our limited Quick Drac Aether Drift, and then soon enough we'll be doing some Edge of Eternity's Limited. We do technically have the gems to play an Edge of Eternity's Limited, but if it doesn't go great, we won't have a lot of gems left, whereas the Quick Draft is only 750, so we got 2 runs at it no matter what, but we're hoping to do a couple more of these, do well at them, so we can get up to like around 2,000 gems, hopefully. This is all hopeful. And then once we have a touch of a cushion, then I can do an Edge of Eternity's Limited and not put everything on the line. But yeah, that is it for today, folks. The Otter Prowess. Red-blue Izzet with just a splash of green for the counters, and the Edgewall in to get adventure cards back if the runs a little late. The Raw actually has been played pretty well in the deck. Actually, the Brainstorm that we needed was pretty key, pretty clutch a couple of times. So the Raw actually played okay. Would another spell or drawing play a little better? Possibly. But I think every card in the deck did its job, did well, played well in with some synchronization, some flow. So we're gonna go ahead and probably keep it like this for another couple of runs, until we're finding if we're running into any other kind of issues repeatedly, where I'm, a couple of those I think where I should have mulliganed a little more aggressively, but we'll see for the next time. But yeah, if you enjoyed the content at all, or if you love otters, give it a like. Go ahead and subscribe, would be much appreciated. But until next time, everybody, keep doing those big dog things.